Good morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video we are going to be making a tree farm. That's right, 73% of you voted for a tree farm and I've designed a beautiful one, and I've tried to keep it within a chunk, so it's kind of like a one chunk tree farm, but the decoration kind of spilled over the side. So that's how it goes. But let's just jump into it. So on a live stream yesterday, I went through and I managed to get all of the ingredients that we need to make this tree farm. And I placed everything into the chest. Okay, so the plan is I'm going to get the ingredients, I'm going to run a time lapse, and then I'm going to show you how to build the tree farm just after that. So I'll see you in the time lapse. Enjoy. Before I start making the farm, I just need to clear up some area over here. So I'm going to be clearing all of this up and we can get the time lapse going. Okay, I finished up this area so beautifully. It's ready to go. And I saw this dude. Hi, dude, you're a wandering baker. A stuffed baguette for 3.30. Oh, so that is the saturation time. A braided bread, a sandwich, 45 seconds. That's expensive. Six emeralds for 45 seconds of... Nah, dude. That's not cool. Unless it's something else. It gives you another effect, maybe? Small cooking pot can be placed. These are so cool. Alright, so you need to come back later when I build my house so that I can buy all of these things from you. Okay. So for now, I don't need you. And you can go find another patron somewhere else. Okay, bye. Alright, let's put this back into the cannon and get some gunpowder. And we can transform this entire area into the tree farm. So this is the before. And let's start that time lapse. With the build almost complete, it seems that I ran out of jungle fencing, so I'm just going to go ahead and place this jungle fencing just here. And oh, you need to not join up there. You need to give me a corner. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the build. And we are just missing some grass blocks over here. So I'm going to add those in. This is probably a tree that was ready to go when I took the schematic. Okay, so I'm going to add some dirt here, and then we're going to build the bar that goes over here that's going to be cutting all of the trees growing in this spot. So we've got our dirt. We can go ahead and fill these holes. So this is the hole where the acacia trees are going to grow, and this is a section for jungle, and then I've got oak and birch. So I've kind of color coded it just like this, just to keep it interesting. But in the future, so I have an idea. So in the future, when I start getting all the other trees, so dark oak, spruce, and all of those things, I'm going to go ahead in here and I'm going to divide the farm in half. And we're just going to have to add a few more of these log options. So that will likely be along this side over here, maybe. Or we can just shorten this area and add multiple items in. We'll figure it out. That's a future Sandy problem, not a problem that I need to deal with right now. But right now, we're going to go ahead and build the saw arm. I have everything in my hotbar, and let's do this thing. So over here, we're going to add an andesite casing, and on the end, an andesite casing. Okay, and then we need to make sure the deployers line up with the grass blocks. The in between the blocks are barrels, so that one's going to skip, and then we're going to have a barrel over here, and there, and then skip those two. Barrel, skips two, barrel, and that's it. So the deployer can either face forwards or backwards. That's completely your choice. It doesn't matter. So we can have it facing this way. There we go. And last 2. Okay, let's explain what the deployers do. The deployer is going to put the saplings in each of these holes, and that's why we needed to make a medium that won't take saplings, only grass. So we've got our filters at the top here, and we say this is the birch line, and over here we've got the acacia line. Acacia over there. We've got oak, 1, 2, and jungle, 1, 2. There we go. So we can go ahead and add all of these saplings into any part of these barrels, because basically once we glue this whole thing together, it becomes one big contraption. So any of these spaces that I put the saplings in, it doesn't matter, it will pull it from all of them. Right, now we go ahead and we put the mechanical saws in. So this is just going to be in the space where the trees are, so we don't have to put them anywhere else. So we put it in these spots over here, and if we shift and place, the mechanical saw will be placed backwards, which is the way we want it to go. Here we go, and the last 2. This is the main reason we have mechanical saws on both sides of this arm, is if a tree is grown over here, the saw cuts it on its path going that way, but if the tree grows on its way back, it won't be able to move unless it's got the saw and it can cut it over there. So what's going to happen is, now that we're going to glue this whole piece together, it becomes one entity essentially, again utilizing the storage as its whole storage interface. And speaking of the interface, all right, so this is the storage interface. So over here, this is going to be the section that's going to essentially not be there. The storage interface is going to connect straight onto the whole system, and over here we're going to leave a space for it, and we're going to shift so that it faces the other way. We're going to need a gap space over here, and there we go. So once this comes back to this resting space, it's going to connect to the storage interface, and with the funnel, with the brass funnel that's going to be placed underneath, it's going to drop the items onto the conveyor belt. We need to make sure that arrow points down. Okay, we're just going to give this a tap. All right, there we go. Now the arrow is facing down. This means anything that comes into the storage interface is going to be let out, so that it has a little bit of an inventory. It's going to let it out. It's going to fall onto this conveyor belt, and it's going to be driven through that way. Let's go ahead and add the storage compartments for this item over here. Okay, so the way this works is we're going to have a barrel sitting over here that we can access all of these items, so they all look the same. This is the barrel, so we're going to have a barrel just sitting over there. This barrel is going to feed into that hopper, and essentially this barrel is going to be sitting on that hopper with a brass funnel that's going to go in there. So you see the arrow is pointing the right direction. The items that are going to go on the conveyor belt are going to be sucked up by this funnel. Now, we need to make sure that we have the correct filter information for each of these stations. So using the filter, we can go ahead and we can add a birch log and a stick, and we're going to make sure that we add it to the allow list. This means that if these items pass and they match any of the filter items, it will be sucked up by that item. So we need to allow it, and we're going to respect the data. It doesn't matter, I choose that option, and we put it over here. And then I don't know if you can see that, but over there's a filter box. So we just pop that filter over there. Every time a birch log or a stick will pass through here, it'll be sucked up. And there we go. This station is complete. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest for each of the stations. All the filters have been put in place. I need to make 2 more trapdoors over there. And let's just go ahead and glue all of this together. So I'm going to be gluing these parts first. There we go. Done. And let's just glue it from this point all the way down to here, and then we need to be able to glue these together. So the gantry is going to go in this spot, and you see it's got a, if you look on top of the gantry over here, you see it's actually got a sticky section, which means this is going to stick to it, but these two won't stick together. So we'll put this over here. Okay, so let's glue this to the gantry. And there we go. This whole thing is now glued together as one piece that's going to travel up and down this gantry. let's go and give it some power. Okay, this is the inner workings of this whole system. So over here, we're going to give it a water wheel. Lovely. And we're going to give it some water so that it can spin. There we go. Okay, so we've got everything spinning. That's all ready to go. And this is the gear shift and this is the clutch. So what's going to happen is the gear shift is going to make a change direction. So you can see it's got arrows over here. So this makes it go forward. So it's going to make the gantry turn one direction and then turn in the opposite direction for it to come back. And then over here you got the clutch. And what the clutch does is it gives it power. So you see now the gantry is turned off. There's no power happening there. But if we turn this on, there we go. It goes forward. And that's its first run. So there we go. It's going for the first time. Let's pop up. And it's busy planting the trees. There we go. Okay, so obviously it ran out of birch. But that's fine. It can always come back and plant some more. And that's it. That's the tree farm. It's all done. So I'm going to go down here and quickly explain how all of this works, just so that you have an understanding. This is just a gear shift system, just to make this work a bit faster. Otherwise, the tree farm is going to be going at this speed, which is very slow. So I just sped up. So we just played big cog, small cog. Where you got the big cog on the small cog goes to big cog. References onto the small cog, which goes double the speed. Then I connect the big cog onto the small cog. That goes even faster when we connect the smaller one. Okay. Then you've got this, which is the gear shift, which is going to be changing directions, making the gantry go forward or making the gantry turn in reverse so that the whole arm can come back. Okay. So if we want to change direction, here we go. Done. Okay. And then this stops the whole thing. So if we wanted to turn the farm off, that's your button. You can turn this whole farm off very easily. I'm going to turn it off right now, just so that I can carry on explaining how things work. Okay. This is off now. So this is all in its off state. And what we have here is, this is the powered toggle latch. So this either gives it power or it doesn't. And with this arrow means that it can read an output used on this redstone link. So with this redstone link, I kind of did an on-off looking button. So you can see that this is power. And then I just used any items that I had in my hand at the time. I had sand and stone. And this is for reversing the farm. Okay. So this is the buttons that we can use. Okay. And then those redstone links can link back up to a central system. Okay. So in the central system over here, I've got two corresponding redstone links. So this being the power and then this being the changer. So all we need to do now is go ahead and just place some buttons on top. I've got this little platform so we can see the tree farm moving up and down all beautifully. This is going to be the power button. There we go. Tree farm is back in action. It's busy moving up and down. But I'm going to go, no. I want to turn off. You need to change directions. And then it goes back and it can go, okay, turn off. Just like that. We have the power from standing right here. We could turn the farm on and off. So isn't that just awesome? So I'm going to go ahead and finish decorating this whole farm. I have some ideas on making it really cool and cute. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate this and we'll see you right back for the final reveals. This is one last filter that we need to do over here just to make sure that everything stays inside this bar over here. So I'm going to be using JR. So I've got the blocks, but I just want to show you how it works. You can also click and drag. So I'm clicking, I'm holding the item and I'm dragging it over. So this is for all of the logs. What I'm going to do is I am going to add all of the logs because at some point we are going to extend the farm. I will do it. I will go out and I will find all of the other wood. So the other wood that we need to get would be mangrove. So I'm just going to put it in the row below. So we know that we got everything else that we need. We're going to do some cherry. Oh, no. Some cherry. And what else do we need? We've got acacia, some cherry, dark oak, spruce. Where's the spruce? Oh, there's the spruce. Okay, there we go. So these are the other logs that I will definitely be getting. This is the allow list. We need to make sure that we put stick and that we put apple, because we know that oaks, the different oak trees also drop apples. And we go ahead and we put that just in there. So when we turn the farm on, the saplings are going to stay inside the farm. That will refuel it to go back up and down. Okay, it's getting dark. I need to go sleep. And we're done. I've moved the donkeys and I'm ready to show you my beautiful farm. So let's have a look. There's one last decoration that needs to come in right here. And that is going to be a little Sandy turning the machine on. Oh, or saying hello. So if you click onto this little straw person over here, I think it's over here, you can say SandySparkles. And there's a little SandySparkles. Okay, let's just take the cape off. And we can change the poses, so you can do any pose you want. So let's have her pushing a button. There we go. She's going to be turning the machine on. How cute is this? Oh, I love it. Here's my little SandySparkles running the tree farm. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the farm. If we come around here, you'll see that I've added in some lights just to make the farm a little bit brighter during the night, because I do live in this area and I need it to be safe. So we've got this over here. We've got the lights coming all the way around on this side. This is the space I use. So this gets me underneath here so we can see if anything's broken, if I need to do anything. Okay, let's have a look over here. The kissy interface is going to come and it's going to connect to this. And there we go. It's just going to be dropping just the things that are on this allow list. So you'll see the allow list if I've got my shift on. We've got oak, birch, jungle, acacia with sticks and apples. And then the other wood that we're going to have in the future. Okay, and we've got everything working. We've got the birch logs. We've got the oak logs. And we've got jungle. Lovely. And acacia. Lovely. Alright, so this is a show that this beautiful tree farm works. So this is the easy tree farm, and I encourage you to build it in your next Minecraft Create world. I'd love to see these builds in your world, so go ahead, tag me if you've built this farm. I'd love to see it. Decorate it your own way. Use different colored blocks, different woods, and let's just see what you guys can come up with. If you would like a tutorial for a bigger tree farm, I have made one in the past. I'll link it in the description below or in the card above. So if you want to see that, I highly recommend you go check it out. And if you enjoyed this, give me a like. And if you want to catch more content like this and more, consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye bye.